In this video, we're diving deep into a crucial decision every entrepreneur faces at some point: bootstrapping versus external funding. So the question is, should you pour your own sweat and tears into business, or chase the allure of venture capitalists and investment rounds? You see, bootstrapping refers to starting and growing a business using personal savings and revenue generated by the business itself, while external funding involves raising capital from investors, banks, or other sources. Both approaches have their merits and drawbacks, and understanding the pros and cons of each is essential for entrepreneurs seeking to make informed decisions. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, so we'll explore the pros and the cons of each approach, equipping you with to make the best decision for your venture. Because whether you are starting or expanding your business, understanding the pros and cons of these paths is vital. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about bootstrapping. This is when you start a company with little capital, relying on your savings and revenue from the business to grow. It's a hands-on approach, and you're in the driver's seat. Bootstrapping is like the DIY version of starting a business. It means you're building your company from the ground up with limited resources, relying on your own funds, savings, and revenue generated by the business itself. It's basically the entrepreneurial equivalent of pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps. The biggest advantage of bootstrapping is control. You maintain complete control over your business decisions. You call the shots, make the decisions, and chart your own course. No investors breathing down your neck, no board meetings dictating your vision. And also with bootstrapping, you learn to make the most of every penny, because when it's your own money on the line, every decision carries weight, fostering focus and frugality. Another advantage is flexibility. Need to pivot? No problem. You can adapt quickly without any approval process or answering to investors. You have the freedom to experiment, learn from mistakes, and act without the fear of letting down investors. However, bootstrapping is not without challenges. The most obvious one is limited capital and resources. This can slow your growth and might make it hard to compete with well-funded competitors. Growth can be painfully slow, and it can be incredibly stressful. You're personally bearing all the financial risks, which can be a heavy burden, relying on personal savings, loans, and maybe even credit cards. This can be especially challenging when it comes to investing in technology, hiring talent, or marketing efforts. And because bootstrapping often means growing at a slower pace compared to businesses that receive external funding, bootstrap businesses often take longer to reach profitability, demanding immense personal sacrifice. And you might lack the connections and resources readily available to funded companies, making it difficult for growth and market access. Now let's shift gears to external funding. This involves seeking financial support from outside sources, including venture capitals, angel investors, and other types of investors. It's like recruiting a team of financial superheroes to back your venture and give you the financial boost you need to accelerate growth. The most apparent benefit is rapid growth. More resources means more capital, you can scale faster, hire talent, invest in marketing, and maybe outpace your competition. Funding also brings expertise and networking opportunities. Investors don't bring just capital. Often, they also provide industry knowledge, connections, and mentorship, opening doors that you might not have been able to open yourself, or at least not that quickly. And securing funding is a stamp of approval, so it attracts talent and customers, and even potential partners. But remember, funding comes with strings attached. So what's the downside of funding? Well, for starters, loss of autonomy. Investors have a stake in your company and they'll have their own opinions on how you should run it. They will have a say in your decisions, potentially diluting your vision and requiring compromises. And there's also the pressure of expectations. Investors want a return on their investment as quickly as possible, which can push especially startups towards rapid growth, and sometimes at the expense of long-term stability. And remember, the more funding you raise, the more investors come on board, and the more equity you give up, reducing your ownership stake and potential future profits. So now, after knowing all of this, the question is, how do you choose? Well, the answer is, it depends. Not all businesses are the same, so consider this: your venture goals and needs, your industry, your business model. Evaluate the resources available and your financial situation, your long-term vision and growth plan, and of course, consider also your personal goals and risk tolerance. For some, bootstrapping is the answer. It might be ideal, it aligns with a desire for control and organic growth, but for others, external funding is a stepping stone to rapid expansion and market domination. Founders who are willing to give away some control and prioritize rapid scaling over complete autonomy. So in the end, whether you bootstrap or seeking funding, the journey of entrepreneurship is about passion, resilience, and adaptability. Both paths have their challenges and rewards, and ultimately, the right path is the one that aligns with your vision and your goals. And remember, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Many companies blend both approaches, bootstrapping initially and then seeking funding later. So do your research, weigh the pros and cons carefully, and choose the approach that will help you build your business your way. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.